You're negotiating with yourself, and that is partially why you haven't achieved what you want to achieve. Let's go over that today.
This is the Game of Food. We're helping real people get real results with delicious food. Real food. Live from Spencer's home studio, podcasting to the world. This is Game of Food. And here's your host, Spencer Frederick.
For those of you that have worked with me closely, you know that I am pretty big on language. Not only language that comes out of your mouth, because that's important to know, because language that comes out of your mouth is like a deep-seated thought that you have in your brain, and it's really easy for me to identify bad language. Language that will hold you back from your long-term goal or getting whatever health benefit that you want. And what I see from people is they are negotiating with themselves way too much. There are people I've met that wake up and they're in a program that they're paying for. They're paying for some nutritional thing. They're paying for their gym. They are paying for maybe something even higher level than that. And they wake up in the morning and they say, I wonder if I'm going to do it today. We will see if the stars align. If they align, I will do it today and I will do it perfect. And if not, if I get busy or if I feel kind of blah, then maybe I'll do it kinda, and then maybe tomorrow will be better. You can't do that. If you negotiate with yourself, yes, you can get some good days. You can get a good streak of 4 weeks in a row where you negotiate with yourself every day and you're like, you know what? No, I'm doing it this time. No crazy thoughts of yummy chocolate. You won't beat me down. I'm winning today. And then you have that same argument, that same negotiation with yourself every single day. Okay, I wake up today, I wonder if I will have chocolate. You can't do that. Is chocolate okay to have? Yes. Don't dive too deep into that. But you can't negotiate with yourself. You're negotiating with yourself about your workouts. Well, if the week goes as planned, if my kids don't have sporting events, or if there is a rain delay, I believe that I can squeeze in a workout. That's negotiating. That's negotiating on how the workouts are going to go this week. Whereas people that just don't miss their workouts, they don't have those battles in their brain. Well, easy for you to say, Spencer. You're a nutritionist boy, personal trainer. No, it's who you are. You have to identify these negotiations and stomp them out. The only way to stomp them out is hey, I'm a workout person. I'm going to do these workouts. I don't care if it's at 10 o'clock at night. If I had a busy day, well, whatever. I got to get it in. Or I know if I miss that workout, it will create more missing of workouts. Humans are streaky. That's why you can't negotiate. If you negotiate, eventually the bad voice is going to win. Let's take a food example again. You wake up and you negotiate with yourself. Will I do good today? I choose yes. And then you're presented with pizza at work. And then you get home and your husband or your wife is really whiny and I want to go to this restaurant. We haven't been there in so long. You've been doing so good. Can't we just go there once? And you have this bad day. Now what happens is that voice, your negotiating enemy, gets louder the next day. You wake up and you're like, will I do good today? I declare yes. And then that voice goes, I won yesterday. I beat you. You ate pizza at work, and then you went to your wife's favorite place and binged. You did terrible. I bet I beat you again. And then you get kind of oh, yeah, that might happen. And then you go through your day, and it happens kind of again. And you're like, darn, 2 days in a row, Mr. Negotiator beat me. And then you let him pull you down. It's easy to get pulled down if you allow the negotiation. So when you do bad, there's no negotiation on if you're going to do bad day number 2. There's no negotiating. You did bad, it's over. Think about it. Take it as a football example. Let's say a quarterback does terrible. He has fumbles, he has interceptions, and he can't complete a pass in in the first quarter. And then he gets to the second quarter and he's like, I wonder how I'm going to do. I could guarantee that if he's negotiating with himself, like, man, I hope this goes well, not sure, he's going to have another terrible quarter. He's going to do bad again. That's the same as if you screw up with your nutrition, you can't negotiate the following day, because that's what I see is people are really streaky and they do really well for 4 to 6 weeks, and then they negotiate, they lose those negotiations, and then it creates another streak of doing bad. No more negotiating. Is that easy to overcome? No, but the first step is definitely awareness. Let me tell you the language I hear and can identify if somebody is for sure negotiating with themselves. For example, hey, I went out with the buds last night and they were all having Busch Lights and they kept telling me, have one. And I said, no, I can't. You hear that word, I can't? I know that person is negotiating. They happen to win that night because they told their friends that they can't, but they will lose again in that scenario. Whereas if they're a person that just doesn't do that, there's no negotiating. You don't have to make a statement of, oh, I can't. I'm a person that doesn't do that. Again, don't dive deep into it. You can have alcohol and get great results. But saying the words, I can't have that, is negotiating. If those words have to come out of your mouth, that means you are negotiating. You are saying no to that deliciousness. I can't. Hear that? That language doesn't come out of my mouth very often. The I can't have something. Because if you keep thinking, I can't have that, I can't have that, I can't have that, it's exactly like the example of, hey, think of a pink elephant, or don't think of a pink elephant. If I tell you not to think of a pink elephant, what are you going to think of? Well, if you're saying, I can't have pizza, can't have pizza, can't have pizza, it's the same thing. You're going to think of pizza. It's going to get stronger. Stop negotiating. When someone's negotiating, I would put $1 million on them eventually losing to that negotiation and getting really bummed out and spiraling away from their goals pretty quick. It's the story you tell yourself. If you're a person that doesn't do those things, or you're a person that doesn't do those things while you're chasing a long-term goal, that's way different. You're changing who you are. And if you're listening to this podcast, you are interested in changing who you are. You want this as a lifestyle. You want to be someone that makes the right choices because you know what it feels like to make wrong choices, short-term comfort choices for years in a row. It doesn't pan out very good, does it? And so you do want to change the lifestyle. Step number 1 is got to change that story, which ends these negotiations. It's time for you to take control. I love you. Thanks for tuning in. Tune in next time. Spencer with Game of Food, out.